my name is Mark, and this is UCD Videos. And today we're looking at the GoGo TV game system. Now, this was a small little game system that was put out by a company called ToyQuest in 2005, and actually they still have it up on their website, which is at www.toyquest.com, and you can find it there. Anyway, what this essentially is it's a console based around the same type of concept that is used in the Sony iToy. Anybody remember the iToy on the PS2? This is essentially the same thing. It's a game system that, this right here is a camera, right? And you have to set this console up on your TV, and then, you see yourself on the screen and you do stuff like, pop bubbles and junk like that, So the games are based around the same kind of concept as the iToy, the games, there's one where you juggle bubbles, there's one that's like a basketball game, there's a whack-a-mole type game, stuff like that, right? Anyway, it's pretty much made for kids. This is not really a hardcore game system here. But it's nifty to mess around with. But anyway, let's check it out. So here's your camera right here. Got some dust on there. The whole thing is very light. There's probably not much in here. Just an empty shell, really. And zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we got our zoom out just a little, so we can see what's going on. Here's adjust, which adjusts the light, dark, right? On and off. Game AV, so you can actually, run your, like if you have a DVD player, you can run it through this thing just to keep it hooked up at all times, Back in the day, like people used to do that back in the day when they had, VCRs and stuff like that. You would run, when you would run your AV cables and it would go through all the different devices so you can keep everything, connected at once. And that's something we don't really do nowadays. Like, you have a dedicated game console, it tends to, your TV usually has more than one hookup and you don't have to do shit like that. But for this particular console, it's sort of like a throwback to the old, back to the 90s or something. Set is basically start, okay? This is our consoles. There's a little eject button at the top. Check this out. When you hit eject, the game, it just like flies out. It's like, here it goes. It's like this, spring-loaded like eject thing, like you could like put somebody's eye out with that. Anyway, here's where the, it goes in there. There's the board. I don't know if you can see it, but let's just stick that in there. It's a little dangerous. They gotta have a warning label on that. It's like a cork popping out or some shit. Okay, and here, these are little feet that you can adjust, right? And this is so you can angle the console so you can see yourself on the screen, but these can screw all the way in. And it's, I guess so you don't have to like put a book under there or something. That's kind of neat that they thought about that. Nothing really happening on the bottom. And on the back here is AV in. See, you can pump your video source through this, right? And here is the DC. And this wire right here is actually the other, or AV out or whatever. So, it's actually, I got this for about, what did I pay for this thing? I don't know, $12, $15. I got it used, but brand new, they retailed for about $40 or so. I don't know if you can probably still find them in stores if you hunt around, but I haven't seen them lately. So let's check it out. Okay, folks, so here's the GoGo TV game system, and here's me standing in the middle, and what it is you have to line yourself up with the dots there, but you really don't have to, they just do that anyway. So what it is you hit set, and then you see there's a 5-second countdown until your game starts, right? And the first one we're going to do is this balloon juggling game, and basically, there goes me. What this is a bunch of balloons fall from the sky, and you just have to touch them with your hands, and then they go back up. So you can see it's the graphics, you know, actually they look a little bit better through the camera than they do on my TV. I think they're made for, you know, they don't really look that good on a flat screen, you know, high resolution television. It would look a lot better if you had like a old style, you know, CRT or whatever. But anyway, I'm turning up the volume on the TV because you can barely hear it. So yeah, you can see one just bounced off of my head, which is kind of cool. You can, so you don't have to use your arms, you can use anything. And, you know, that went kind of slow. I mean, it speeds up a little bit. You can see, like, something for a kid, you know, it would work rather well. You know, here's me doing some, you know, kung fu and shit, getting ready. One of the problems here I notice is that there's a break like every 30 seconds. It's like gets a little annoying. I would like it to go a little longer, but you know, I guess if you're like 6 years old or something, that's fine. You saw the balloon just hit that little parachuting guy, and I think the idea is you're not supposed to touch him, but I'm too tall, so he like hits my head. You know, like see right here, it's like whoop, like he well, not right there, but before like he hit my head and then fell down. And the problem is that, you know, the little parachute guy, it's like you can't rescue him, so I guess the idea is you're not supposed to like touch him or let a balloon touch him or something. But anyway, you know, takes a little long. See here, I'm doing my getting ready, psyching myself up. You know, starts to go a little faster. See now here, like the first round, we'll see how a balloon just hit him. But anyway, I lost 1,000 points. But so it starts to go a little bit faster here, and I'm starting to miss some. You know, but you know, it's basically the exact same kind of thing that you see in an iToy, except the graphics don't look as good. Right? But it can be a little fun. I can imagine being 5 or 6 years old and getting into this. Music's a little annoying. You know, I wish they would, I wish you could change the music, you know. But, well, you know, it's not too bad, I guess, you know. I'm actually doing pretty good here, except for that one that I just missed, but anyway, would be neat if there was actually a little bit more going on, you know, like the little bonus guys that go through, they don't really seem to do anything, you know, like it'd be kind of cool if there was like an actual, something that you could hit that you could like get a bonus for, or if you could actually rescue the little dude in the parachute, but, you know, it's very simple. You see two of them just bounced off of my head. Right. So anyway, that's enough of that one. Okay, folks, this is Penguin Maze, and I'm not really impressed with this. Now, the way this works is you see those triangles, right? That's how you control your little penguin. Okay. And the object of the game here is to get the fire. Oh, my hand's in the way. And then as you have to get the fire, and you turn into this little dragon, and then you have to melt these snowballs. But if you touch them, then they kill you. So you have to like, yeah, you can only touch them when you have the fire. And the problem with this one is that it's just barely playable. You know, you can barely move your little guy around, and it doesn't seem to it seems like you have to be really close to the TV. And you have to have adequate lighting. But you see, I just roasted that one snowball, and I just got the other one. And then the fish is like a bonus thing, right? And then that's it. Just goes to round 2. And it just goes on forever. And yeah, I'm not really enjoying myself with this one here. So you saw what that looks like. You know, and it's essentially the same thing over and over and over. It's like, you see how right there, see how I was like touching the top one and it didn't register? It's like, yeah, you know, you have to be really close, and you have to have lighting. Like, it doesn't work if you're, like, in the dark. So this is flashcard fishing, and here's the idea is that you see the little math quiz at the top, you have to choose the right one, and the challenge comes in waiting for the right answer to float up. So a lot of the times here, it's like, see, I was selecting the 18, but it selected the 20 by accident. You know, it's because I'm too big, and I'm brushing up against the wrong answers here. Like, I think there's a part here where, like, my elbow touches one, you know.
But this, I mean, this is obviously like one of those pseudo-educational type things. I guess they got to do something that's educational, you know, it's for the kids, right? But I don't know, this kind of gets, I mean, it could be fun, you know, if it went faster, right, and it actually registered, like, when you touched the stuff that you wanted, you know, because that's the thing, it's like you can't tell, like, you're waiting for the right answer to show up and you can't see it, and I don't know, and then I don't know what's going on with this little crab dude. I guess he's just like, you know, doing the crab dance or something, but whatever. Ready for round 2, fight! Actually, I should dub some Street Fighter sound effects over this. So yeah, anyway, you know, graphics look kind of cool, you know, but, I mean, even, you know, the thing is that as a small child, yeah, maybe I would have dug this, but not really, like, by the time I was 5, 6, you know, I had to have some action in my games, man. I had to have some exploding zombie heads or race cars crashing into stuff. Like, I wouldn't have got into this. I mean, I guess a really small child would really, like, dig this, you know? I mean, it does look pretty good, and, you know, and I guess if you can add or subtract and stuff, yeah, that's neat, but, yeah, I mean, I'm not impressed. I mean, then again, I'm not the intended audience for this kind of thing, so what are you gonna do? But yeah, I think that's pretty much, that's enough of that. Okay, this last one is called Break a Brick, and this is essentially like a Breakout or Arachnoid, and except you use your arms. And this is kind of cool. I would like to see more games like this, more takes on the classic games that we grew up with, you know. But it responds pretty well. Like, here's me, see I'm using my hand there. But it's cool that the actual console can determine the difference between your hand and your head and your body, so it won't just like bounce off of your shoulders there. It'll, you know. So I'm actually impressed by that. But it'll bounce off of your head, which is kind of cool. And I think it's reading the skin tone on my like hands or whatever because it's lighter. But see, watch right here. It like, well, not here, but anyway, I'm bouncing it with my hand and stuff, and it's like, kind of fun. You know, I kind of wish it would go a little bit faster, this particular game, because it's not really, you know, it's like I'm waiting here. It's like, okay, you know, it should go faster, you know. But it's not bad, you know. Like, plus, like, I wish it was a little more accurate. Like, maybe if you hit it with your hand and it actually went in the angle that you hit it at, you know. But what do you expect? So anyway, here's, you know, round 2. You got this little alien dude, and you actually get bonus points for hitting the alien guy. I mean, I guess you can't kill him. You know, see, it just bounced off my head, so I'm using my head here. Right. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I think it reads the skin, like the lighter skin areas. Like, since I'm wearing a black t-shirt, it won't land off of my, like, body. But I guess, you know, maybe if I was wearing a white shirt, it would. I don't know. I guess I should try that out. So yeah, you know, I'm impressed enough, you know. I mean, I'm not, like, gonna play this, like, every single day and shit. But you see, alright, it just went, like, through my, like, shirt, see? So it can make a distinction between, you know, I think it's just the light and the dark there. That's what triggers it. Like, if I were to have a white piece of paper, that's another thing I want to test, is, like, if you were to put, like, a white band across the entire thing, if it would just bounce off of the white band, or is it, like, combination of motion and the lighting there? I mean, I don't know, but anyway. That's why I used to do that. I used to be like a game tester, so I'm always thinking of ways to cheat, you know, at games. You know, it's inherent now. It'll never go away. I'm always looking at ways to, like, find exploits and shit. But and I think that's enough of that, folks. Okay, folks, time to wrap it up. So you just saw some gameplay footage of the 4 included games, which were the Balloon Juggling, Penguin Maze, Break a Brick, and Flashcard Fishing. That's the cartridge that came with it, and there's a lot of different carts that are available. I also have Whack-A-Mole, which I might do a video on later. Anyway, so would I recommend this? Well, you know, it's
obviously not a very hardcore gaming system, but I say, yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat, you know, if you have anyone with small children would definitely benefit from this, you know, get them moving around, you know, I mean, I guess you could just buy them a Wii or whatever, but, you know, if you have very small children, you know, you want something really simple that they can enjoy, you know, I wouldn't recommend it for anyone over the age of 6, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, they can probably get into it, it'd probably be pretty fun, you know. Plus, it gets them up off of the couch and moving around, and, I mean, you know, from what you saw in the video, yeah, it's not really like a workout or anything, but, you know, it's interactive, it's not bad, graphics are pretty, don't seem to work very well with, big flat screens, but if you had, like, a small CRT type, you know, old-style TV that you would have in a kid's room, it would look good, so anyway. Yeah, and you can usually find these now on eBay for $20, 20, you know, I wouldn't pay more than $25. You know, they're not really that hard to find. I mean, they were only out about 4 or 5 years ago. So anyway, folks, that is the GoGo TV game system. Adios.